Hi, and welcome back to the Potato Museum show. Wisconsin is a remarkable potato place. Look at how they've carved.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's
now, it would be so much easier if it were Colorado.
State of potato.
But no.
Yeah, look at the shape of the state.
Look, it exactly renders it in a potato.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
I got this one. So, let me show you what I discovered about this remarkable potato place, Wisconsin. And here's an early 20th century harvest, and remember, our kids are always, and the whole family.
Children enslaved to the potato.
And look, we have those crates in our collection.
Yeah, we do.
Next slide. So they've preserved a lot of their old potato cellars. They don't use this kind of house anymore, but they've saved many of them, and there's many stories told about these in the potato families. You can read that later. We're getting a little bit of there.
Hey.
Yeah, Wisconsin Spud Mobile. This is I think unique to to Wisconsin. This is a bus that goes all over the state, educating people about their important crop. By the way, Wisconsin is the third largest producer of potatoes in the country after Washington State and Idaho and Washington State. Next slide. So let's go inside the bus.
Welcome to the Wisconsin Spudmobile. The Wisconsin Spudmobile is a classroom on wheels. It is an interactive learning center to promote the Wisconsin potato industry. Through the different areas that we have in the Spudmobile, you'll learn about the growth of the potatoes in the state, and you'll learn a lot about our different growers and how they are stewards of the soil.
Those seats, big potato seats you can sit on there.
What are they?
So,
we'll see in a
we
minute.
invite you to look at us on our webpage. If you would like us to come and visit you, there is a form on our site that you can fill out, request us to come, and we'll bring our 38-foot mobile classroom on wheels and tell you about the Wisconsin potato industry. We hope to see you on the road.
Okay, can you press again? Go down.
Oh.
Go down again. Oh, shit. There we go. So here's the bus. And there's their little Spuddy, their little character. They've got a bunch of little.
Oh my God, I like him.
Yeah, and look at how.
You think they'd come to Albuquerque? Probably
now,
not.
years ago, their publication was called the Badger Commentator. Look at the little potato doing the reporting. It said the voice of the Wisconsin potato and vegetable industry. Now they're called their publication. It was common. Yeah, there's the Badger Commentator.
So it's the Badger State.
Yeah, yeah. So they're still calling it that. Next slide, please. So here's their mascot that comes to the schools also. There he is, driving a tractor. Here he is, a bunch of people outside the van, the bus. This little character at look at that loaded baked potato. Yeah, next slide. Oh, and I mentioned inside the bus you can sit down on a baked potato cushion and see the big pats of butter that are cushions. I love this. This is so wonderful, so creative. Now, at the Wisconsin State Fair, which is a big deal every year going on in early September, one of the booths is doing deep fried mashed potatoes.
Oy.
Yeah, on a stick, easy to eat. Here's this booth. This is a company, I think, based out of Oklahoma that goes around the state fairs. Deep fried garlic mashed potatoes on a stick. Sounds delicious.
I think they mash them and then they dip them in egg.
Yeah.
And then they may dip them in breadcrumbs.
Yeah, yeah.
And they may put, and on it goes. And then they deep fry them on the end of a stick, and wow.
I think I'd like
I'll
to have
one.
Yeah, exactly. Next slide, please.
Maybe.
So, also at the state fair, they are doing loaded baked potatoes, which we showed you there. Look at the big banner there. Baked potatoes they're very proud of promoting it. Also, the state is growing a lot of organic potatoes. This is a company that markets their things organic Spuddies, so that's an important advance. In this city of what is it, Antigua, which is right in the middle of the big potato producing area of Wisconsin, Spud City Creamery, and then this is one of the
Are they making milk from potatoes?
And, I don't
Seriously,
know.
they make
I'm not sure. We got to look into
milk
that.
from everything.
This is one of the potato farms, and they're using a wonderful little character. This guy is a potato farmer. He's also an author, and he's written a lot about growing up on Wisconsin farms, and it's a very, I'm going to get some of his books. He's a regular person on National Public Radio. Every year in Stevens Point, they have the Spud Bowl.
The Spud Bowl.
Yeah, and it raises money for scholarships. Here are these guys serving potato products. Look at this. The Stevens Point Pointers, that's the name of the local college. And unfortunately, the pointers fall to, I want to do this headline. They lost in the more recent game 55-0. It says that they were, somewhere it says somewhere they were really mashed, I guess, right there.
We believe
Yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, UW Stevens Point Pointers were mashed by UW Stout 55-0. Now, another unique part of Wisconsin is this is the state and the University of Wisconsin Madison has been developing potatoes, or the techniques for growing vegetables in space. And the first ones they were doing is space potatoes. And let me just show you this. So this is one of the proposed stations that they would, on the moon, that they would be farming potatoes and other vegetables. This is all being done at the University of Wisconsin. Here's a grow station. Look at this. This is a grow box for potatoes that, again, was developed at the University of Wisconsin-Madison in their research project.
They did grow potatoes in space on the
space shuttle. Yes, they did.
Shuttle.
Yeah. So here's one of the important people, Dr. Ted Tibbetts, who spent his career developing potato varieties and technical grow boxes that could be used in space. And there's a lot that he's a great pioneer in this whole field, University of Wisconsin. Also up at Sturgeon Bay is the United States Introduction Center for potato varieties, seeds all over the world. They bring them into this remote part of Wisconsin, and then they hold them for breeders and anybody who wants to do it. So look at that, nearly 5,000 samples of potato varieties, 150 different species. So this is a very important research that they're doing there and holding. Look at that, Sturgeon Bay holds seeds for the world. And again, back at this place, they're doing all of this work. They've been doing it for years. Very important. The U.S. Potato Genebank. Look at that. Next slide. Another thing they've been doing at the University of Wisconsin and with connection with the USDA and the Potato Center is they spent 15 years developing a frost-free variety of potatoes. There, you can see it there. And it has the name, I think it's, what is it? Winnie. And that is a name that is for this potato. Look at these guys. These scientists based at the University of Wisconsin have been working on this variety. And one of the reasons is here's the descendants of the people who first domesticated potatoes, and they've had a frost-resistant potato, but it's very small, and it's very acidic and bitter to eat. So for years they've had to freeze it and overnight outside and then stamp out the water. But it's a very small potato. So the University of Wisconsin spent 15 years developing a much larger potato that is also frost resistant and is not bitter to eat.
Why is larger better?
Well,
Oh, speaking of which,
Wisconsin is the world's largest potato masher. There you can see
it's
it.
just like mine that my dad used. I have it,
and this
but
is
not that big. Yeah.
This is a family that's been farming potatoes for years, and they set up this food and farm installation in which people can learn about their food heritage and their industry. And we're going to put a link to this food and farm, but outside the food and farm exhibit area is this big mashed potato. Love that. This is a mural in the city of Homeland, Wisconsin. There's murals are all over the state, and you can see there's a whole link to all of them. Look at how wonderful this is painted. And this slogan here is "Keep planting, sowing, living, and knowing that beautiful things take time." I love this. And that's that. Now, for
Wait
years,
a minute, what's that?
yeah, for years, the Stevens Point Brewery was producing a beer made partly with potatoes, or flavored with potatoes, I guess. They're not doing that anymore, but we certainly have a nice collection.
Yum.
Look at here's the potato Badger Commentator magazine, which we used to get. I don't know if we still get it, but I wanted to just show you here. This is one of the principal areas.
When was this, though?
This is back in '76. Okay. Yeah, but they're still doing that. And then this other thing, look at this, the Badger Spud Invitational Golf Tournament. I don't know if that's still going on, but
after all, we are a museum.
yeah.
So we have things from the olden days.
Yeah, I wanted to show you this. Here's the Badger Commentator Consumer Preferences Study of potato sizes, and look at this. So size matters. They were trying to understand consumers what size potato would be most likely to be sold. And here's a housewife, I guess, in the shop looking
as
at,
we used to say in the olden days.
A potato consumer,
Hausfrau.
a shopper, let's put it that way. And
A female shopper, okay.
Yeah, they're starting to
And
decide.
what does she want?
Well, apparently she wants something that's 2 1/4 inches. And not small, but you know that's really changed. This is quite an old publication. People really like small potatoes now because they like all sizes, but small potatoes are just wonderful. Anyway, thanks for joining us at the Potato Museum show.
This Spuds for you.
This Spuds for you. See you again sometime. Bye.